This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, offering all of the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Use coupon code SR4U at checkout to get $10 off any order of $99 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Neymar Nike HypervenomX Proximo indoors in the Ousadia Alegria colorway. Now inside the box, they do include a string bag to go along with the shoes themselves. The string bag is the same you'd get with the Phantom 2 or Finish model in this colorway. It features the black on black pattern that you'll find on the shoes, black strings, a bright crimson Nike swoosh on the front. The pattern continues on the back, and then you of course have your Neymar logo at the bottom as well. Other than that, all you're going to find inside the box, as you guys can see, are the shoes themselves. So we'll get these guys out of the box really quickly, and we'll take a closer look at what is a limited edition colorway release of the HypervenomX Proximo in Neymar's Ousadia Alegria colorway, which looks really, really cool. So what we're going to cover in today's video is, of course, the general aesthetics of the shoe. We're going to take a closer look and see how this particular colorway differs from the regular Phantom 2. We're, of course, going to talk tech specs, performance features, take a look at the weight, talk about how these things fit and feel on feet, and essentially cover everything that you need to know about the HypervenomX Proximo in this particular colorway. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair for yourself, this shoe is available in the indoor as well as turf variation. They did not do this colorway for the rest of the HypervenomX models, just the Proximo. And if you check out the link down below in the description, the very first one, that'll take you to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $160 retail price. Again, these are $10 more than the standard colorways, just because it is limited edition with the Neymar color scheme. And again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway as well as the general aesthetics of this shoe. So by now you guys have probably seen my video on the Phantom 2 in this exact Neymar signature colorway, and the upper on this shoe is pretty much no different aside from some very small little details. So the pattern, it's the blown up heart and the blown up fist on both the left and right shoe, so they are technically different from each other, which is a pretty cool little detail when you're up close with the shoe. You do have the bright crimson red color for the Nike swoosh on the front and back, as well as the Neymar logo right there on the medial side. You'll find your Nike skin branding in silver, and then a small difference you'll see, it doesn't have ACC and it doesn't have the regular Hypervenom logo. It has the HypervenomX logo, being that this is a HypervenomX Proximo. It has black laces, it has the black Flyknit element with the bright crimson ring at the top, and then of course the mid layer of Flyknit is bright crimson as well. So when the collar stretches out, as well as the top of the foot, it reveals that bright red color, which is a cool little detail. Moving on to the midsole area, obviously this is a little bit different. So running along the edge of the sole, you're going to find some sandpaper-like texturing in solid black here, which is a small little difference specific to the indoor variation. You're going to find the black midsole, which again, normal Proximo element, but it's solid black in color. And then the outsole, which is really, really nice. It's translucent all the way through. The front part of the shoe is kind of just a regular clear translucent pattern, whereas the back is a black translucent where it kind of fades right there through the midfoot with the bright crimson Nike swoosh running through the heel. So very, very cool look. The turf version, I believe, is also translucent with the same fade, but obviously looks a little bit different just because the outsole pattern is different. But nonetheless, really, really good looking pair of indoors. Really good looking shoe in my opinion, but let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. As far as performance is concerned, the HypervenomX Proximo is essentially an indoor version of the Phantom 2. It has the exact same upper, but obviously with an indoor bottom and a foam midsole. So the upper is the same Nike skin upper you'd find on a Phantom 2. It's got a very firm feel to it. If you like softness from your shoes, this definitely doesn't have what you're looking for. It's thin, it has a barefoot feel, has a very pingy sensation due to that lack of softness. And again, it's just more rigid than you might expect from a high-end soccer shoe. For that reason, it really isn't for everybody. You have some texturing on the surface of the upper that really doesn't impact performance in any major way, but what you do get from the firmness and just solid structure of this upper is a very responsive sensation. The combination of the firmer Nike Skin synthetic as well as the flywire cables that run from the base of the sole into the lacing system, when you slide your foot in this shoe and tie the laces tight, it is locked in place very, very securely. And when you're making those quick cuts and changes of direction, there's no movement in the upper whatsoever. It just makes for a very, very responsive feel. You will see that the laces are off-centered, which does make for a slightly cleaner kicking surface right here in the strike zone on your foot. But again, not something that has a major impact on performance in my opinion. The central part of the upper, where the tongue would normally be located, is made from an elasticated flyknit that's attached directly to this one-piece collar. Of course, it does have a mid-cut design, which changes up the fit and feel in the heel area. It does have an internal plastic heel counter, like the regular Phantom 2, and this does kind of make some, not necessarily complications, but it does change the way the shoe feels in the heel area, especially if you haven't worn a mid-cut model before from Nike. So that takes some getting used to. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. The collar itself, it extends a little bit over your ankle. It's an elasticated material. It has no structure to it. It doesn't offer ankle support. It doesn't really offer much in the way of protection, and it doesn't enhance performance in any way. It's there, one, to have a certain look, which obviously is fairly unique, and two, just to provide a slightly different feel where the shoe feels like it's extending or flowing onto your ankle or from your ankle onto your foot, as opposed to a low-cut shoe that's just kind of strapped to your foot. So again, not for everybody, but if you like the Hypervenom Phantom 2 and you want an indoor version, this is exactly what you want. You do have that little bit of texturing right here running along the edge of the sole, just kind of in the high wear zone for added durability. And also the sole itself is stitched with some nylon stitching through the entire forefoot and toe box area. So sole separation is unlikely to be an issue with this particular indoor model. The midsole is a Phylon foam and is kind of a medium thickness when you're comparing it to the other Nike X indoor models, or turf models I should say. If you want a super low profile, ultra thin feel, go for the Mercurial X Proximo. If you want a super padded, kind of more cushioned underfoot sensation, go for the Magista X Proximo. And if you're looking for something that's kind of in the middle, that's what the HypervenomX Proximo has to offer with its midsole setup. Moving on to the bottom, this happens to be the indoor variation, which is the same across all the Nike X models, whether it's the Hypervenom, the Magista, or the Mercurial X. They are all exactly the same. It's got this hexagon pattern that works really, really well. It provides really good traction on pretty much any kind of hard, flat surface, whether it's indoor, on a court, or even on concrete. And the durability on concrete is also pretty good. So if you want to use these for street soccer, they hold up pretty well based on my personal experience with them. And of course, if you're playing on turf, there is a turf variation available as well that has all the same elements with the upper and midsole, just with the turf nubs on the bottom of the outsole. So that's pretty much it as far as performance is concerned. Again, it's an indoor version of the Phantom 2. Pretty straightforward, very, very good performer. And if you're wearing the Phantom 2 right now as a firm ground, soft ground, or AG shoe, and you need something for indoor that you want to feel pretty much exactly the same, this is what you want. In terms of weight, the HypervenomX Proximo is relatively light for an indoor shoe, especially one as solid as these are. So I'm gonna weigh this pair for you today in real time using this scale. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're gonna throw them on the scale and you can see that they weigh in at 9.15 ounces, the equivalent of 259 grams. So are these the lightest indoor shoes money can buy? Absolutely not. Are they heavy? Absolutely not. It really is a shoe that, like I said, has a very solid, responsive feel. It's got a decent amount of underfoot cushioning, but at the same time, feels fairly low profile as well. So it kind of has a lot to offer from a performance standpoint, given that what you're looking for is what this shoe has on offer. Because like I mentioned earlier in the video, based on how the shoe fits and feels, it just isn't for everybody. But if what I've described sounds good to you, you're unlikely to have any issues with the weight of the HypervenomX Proximo. All right, so here is a look at the HypervenomX Proximos on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock black laces that come with the shoes. And on my right foot, I have a pair of black and white Crackle SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You find a direct link to that website down below in the description of this video. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, it essentially has the exact same upper as the Hypervenom Phantom 2. So for that reason, it does feel quite similar. Is it exactly the same? No, this one does have what I kind of feel like is a slightly higher volume fit, and a lot of that just has to do with the foam bottom.
as opposed to just having a solid, hard sole plate. So for me, I actually find these a little bit more comfortable than the regular Phantom 2, but not by much. It still has, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that very, very firm upper. It doesn't really soften up. It doesn't have any kind of softness to it, but it will get a little bit more flexible over time. Not for everybody, but something that if you like how they feel out of the box, you definitely will get used to relatively quickly. As far as the fit in the heel is concerned, this is a mid-cut model from Nike, so it has that same fit in the heel as all the regular mid-cut models, whether it's an indoor or outdoor shoe. So just break them in slowly, take your time with them. Don't wear them straight into a game or straight into a free kick session or something like that. And you shouldn't have too many issues as far as discomfort or blistering is concerned. That is something that you can avoid should you take your time with the break-in process. As far as width is concerned, it's a tight-fitting shoe, but it certainly isn't overly narrow. They will be suitable for most foot types, but just keep in mind they aren't going to stretch. So the way they fit from right out of the box is the way they'll fit for their entire lifespan. So if you have really, really wide feet, maybe not the best option for you, but otherwise, like I said, they'll fit most people pretty well. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. All right, guys, that is it for my review of the Neymar Nike HypervenomX Proximo indoors. If you guys are interested in a pair for yourself, be sure to check out the review page on my website. That'll be the very first link down below in the description of this video. On that page, you'll find high quality images of this exact pair that I took myself, as well as buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $160 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all regarding the HypervenomX Proximo, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.